Sorry. I'm tired. Wait, are you tired too? Are you struggling from sleeping? Well, you having problems going to sleep or staying asleep? So let's talk about good old insomnia. As always, sleep accounts for about 30% of our lives. Imagine that. 1/3, about 30% of your life is spent in that cozy bed of ours. Sometimes we wake up getting ready and excited not to go to work or whatever the events, but to go right back to sleep. But then, of course, the dreaded, I can't sleep, my mind is racing, I'm stressed, I gotta figure this out, my stomach hurts, I'm not breathing in the sleep. There are a bunch of ideas and causes for not sleeping. But what do we do? Of course, I get this question asked all the time in my office. And I always tell my patients, there are so many things that we can try and do, and it's just a matter of finding what works for you. Simply put, the first things I always tell my patients, as you know, I don't like medicines, I don't like supplements, the less stuff the better. We start with sleep hygiene. So if your bedroom, you want to take a look next time you're in your bedroom, make sure it's cold, quiet, dark. Those are the top 3 things you want to make sure you have a good sleep. Cold, quiet, and dark. All right, you've checked all those boxes off. Now what else could there be? Then we get into what is the bed for? I have patients who eat in bed, watch TV, look at their phone, play their iPad. Is that what it's for? Some of them do their work in bed. There's only 2 functions for a bed: sleep and sex. If you're not doing either one of those, then not sit or stay in your bed. A lot of people, including myself from time to time, we got a lot of technology around us. We no longer sleep with a teddy bear, we sleep with our iPhones. And now what happens is you wake up holding your iPhone close to you, talking to it, looking at it when you wake up, telling it all your secrets before you go to sleep. So number 1 thing is to avoid looking at any screen. That includes your iPhone, the TV, iPad, for at least about, I'd say 30 minutes before you go to sleep. And the reason is, of course, because those phones have something called blue light that is similar to the sunlight. So if I'm looking at my phone at night, I might as well be looking at the sunlight. No difference. That light stimulates your mind into thinking it's daytime, and it makes you stay awake. A lot of these phones now have that night shift, that feature where it supposedly blocks out the blue light. It makes it golden in color. So it's a little bit more soothing. But remember, it's not just the light. You're looking at something. Your brain is active. If you're scrolling, you're texting, you're watching something, your brain is processing all of that data. Instead of you decompressing, you're literally forcing stuff into your brain, especially at night. So I personally try my best to have no screen time about 30 minutes before I sleep. You can read a book, you can listen to music, maybe you just sit there and do nothing, which is pretty hard for some people. So let's say you've done all those things, still can't sleep, driving you crazy. All right, well, what else can be causing it? So now is when we start to get into medical things. Is there maybe high blood pressure? Do you have heartburn? Some people, if you eat late, if you drink, if you feel upset stomach, that can cause it. Do you have something called sleep apnea? A lot of my patients, they say, I don't snore at night. But then my husband, my wife tells me I stop breathing at night. That is sleep apnea. I'm very particular about that, and I do screen heavily in my office because that is something that is treatable. And if it's not treatable, it can cause a lot of issues, including being the number 1 cause of daytime driving accidents, undiagnosed sleep apnea. So those are a couple things. Then of course you want to look at, is there certain foods you eat at night? Remember, our bodies are very important as well as our minds. Sleep is not just for our minds to rest. It's actually an incredible time for our bodies to heal. So if you're eating something, poor diet, ate a big meal, if you ate something with a lot of histamine or histamine-rich foods, that can basically activate your body while your mind is trying to sleep. So I tell a lot of patients, you should try not to eat, at least minimum if you can, 3 hours before you go to sleep. Because the last thing you want is to eat a big meal and then lie down. Obviously you might get heartburn, but more importantly, your brain is trying to sleep and your body. But now what's happening is your brain is trying to sleep and your body is fully active and trying to break down food. That can really affect the quality of your sleep. So let's say you've checked off all those boxes. And of course, maybe medically you're completely fine, your blood pressure's good, you don't have sleep apnea, maybe you're not stressed, then we see your lifestyle. Okay, eat well, you don't have stress. How is your exercise? Do you exercise? Do you walk? Do you move? Some studies show stretching before you go to sleep can actually be relaxing. Remember, our bodies are full of incredible muscles. So sometimes we have to loosen them up just the way we have to loosen up to go to sleep. He did all that, still no luck. Well, then of course we get into what other options are there to help us sleep. And there is a lot. I get a lot of patients that want to go straight for the good stuff, okay? I'm talking Xanax and Ambien. Number one, Xanax is technically not even recommended for sleep. However, once you start taking it, most people get used to it. Xanax is basically alcohol in a pill. That's literally how it works. It works on the same receptors that alcohol works on. That's why people get used to taking Xanax to sleep, or they need a nightcap before they sleep. Ambien, of course, it's a pretty strong medicine. It does work for, I'd say, a majority of my patients. The same thing. Both those medicines are habit forming, which means if you start taking it, you're gonna have a lot harder time to go to sleep if you don't have that medicine. So we try to avoid starting medicine if we can. A few things that's completely non-medical. Number one is sound. You want to put on relaxing music, calming music before you sleep. We're not trying to go to a rave before we go to sleep. Please don't listen to dubstep and EDM music. That's gonna jack you up, might make your heart race. Sometimes classical music is great. There's something called binaural beats. Binaural beats are basically a way to fool your brain into a certain wavelength. I'm talking to you. You're listening. We're communicating at a certain frequency in our brains. But when you sleep, you go into a different frequency, right? You got the REM sleep, non-REM sleep, deep sleep, that are different brain waves at different parts of sleep. The idea is, can we fool your body into that wave? Yes, binaural beats. You put in headphones, you don't want to listen to it all night, but when you lie down, you can plug in headphones. Binaural beats, you can Google it, Spotify, YouTube, it's everywhere. You can put for sleep, for deep sleep, for healing sleep. And what it does is it sends different pulsing types of sounds that literally fools and kind of converts your brain's frequency to one that's meant for sleep. And then there are things like teas. Chamomile tea has been shown to kind of relax us. So drinking something warm, cozy. Lavender. If you got lavender oil, lavender candles, lavender incense, those actually can be very beneficial. And they have, some studies show it can help with sleep as well. So those are things that are completely non-medical, non-pill form. You did all that. And still, oh, another thing, journal. If you got a lot on your mind, got a lot of stuff, or I got a lot to do tomorrow, get it out of your brain. Write it down. I don't recommend putting it in your phone. It's probably more effective to actually physically write it down. There's something very relaxing to get it out of your body. So you did all that. Then of course, yes, we go to supplements. You guys may have heard of melatonin. Melatonin's a common one. That one, usually people take about 5 to 10. I generally do not recommend more than 5 milligrams. Sometimes if you go over 5, usually over 7, you can actually down-regulate or decrease your natural melatonin production that your body makes. So 5 is a sweet spot. You may have heard of something called L-theanine. L-theanine, that is an amino acid that's found in green tea. Studies show people who drink green tea are a little more relaxed, a little more calm. So L-theanine is a great supplement that can be taken about 30 to 40 minutes before you plan to sleep. It might just mellow you out. Now, of course, there's other things as well. You have magnesium, very hot right now, magnesium glycinate. Remember, not all magnesiums are the same. You gotta look at that second part. If you take magnesium citrate before you sleep, you might have to go bathroom. So magnesium glycinate, magnesium taurate, those are the types that are meant more for muscle relaxation and for sleep. And then of course, I'm not a fan. I got patients who take Benadryl, Tylenol PM. That PM part of the medicine is Benadryl. That probably will make you drowsy. It can make you sleepy. Not a fan. I'm personally a big believer and a big fan of cannabis. I already have patients who take it. So I would recommend THC and CBD, sometimes a THC/CBN, which is a specific cannabinoid for sleep. You're looking at like about 5 milligrams, maybe 2.5 to 5 milligrams THC and about 1 to 5 milligrams of CBN. That usually in an edible form, you can take about 40 minutes before you sleep. That may also help. If none of that works, okay, we gotta do medicine. I'd rather you take medicine and sleep than not take medicine and not sleep. So I would then start with something called trazodone. It's a pretty standard medicine for sleep. It's actually technically like an antidepressant, but has been shown for sleep. Start low dose. We tend to titrate up for about a few weeks. If that doesn't work, then we try other things. There's a whole bunch. Haldol, not a fan of like Ambien, but that is one. Belsomra, Seroquel is kind of an off-label use. So we then go into that route. The whole point is, obviously sleep is incredibly important to us. As we go through life, our patterns for sleeping do change. That's why babies tend to sleep for 16 hours a day. As we maybe are adults or seniors, we may sleep only 4 to 6, maybe 7 hours a night. The point is, there's a lot of power and options that you have in your control today to help yourself before I need to help you. So if you're getting sleepy from this video, then that's a good sign. But if not, maybe you try some of these options we talked about before you jump right to your doctor to ask for prescription medicine. So if you felt this video was helpful, please save it and share it with somebody who needs to sleep today.